economic collapse of the United States. Now, a lot of people have been debating this. Will China surpass the United States? Will it not? How about India and other Asian economies? Or maybe some other superpower will emerge. Here's the facts. It doesn't matter if China surpasses America soon or later, or it does not. And it does not matter if India will surpass America in the future or some other country or region. The truth is, there are too many internal problems in the United States right now, and they keep sweeping it under the rug, and nothing is being done to solve the root cause. Why? Because in every economic system, when the politicians and the business people, the large entrepreneurs who own all the large corporations become so greedy and so corrupt, the system eventually collapses, and it's irreversible. Now, I believe the United States is only going to get worse. And if you notice, for the last 15 years, every 5 years, America gets way worse. And the next 5 years, it's only going to get worse. First of all, in terms of the debt crisis, how are we going to solve the debt crisis? You can't. Because everything in America is based on debt. You go to the hospital, the bill is so expensive, you can never pay it, so you have to go on debt to pay it off. Or maybe you don't even pay it to begin with. University is too expensive, you have to get in debt, you have to take a loan. And when you take a loan, you have less spending power. How about the military? They get ungodly amounts of money. How are you going to control that situation as well? You look at healthcare and look at the public infrastructure. They actually do nothing, almost nothing in the whole country. And America is a huge country. Yet all they do is embezzle all the funds. And look at education. Education keeps going backwards. Most of the people, they get less and less funding for public, education for the kids. Most people aren't rich. They're not going to go to a private school that's expensive. So what are you going to do for all the poor and middle income kids? What are you going to do? You're going to keep cutting the funding every single year, and the people and the populace gets less and less educated. When people become less and less educated, they become less and less competitive. They can't compete with the global, workforce. Especially now, the more and more we head into the future, more and more countries are going to develop and move forward. So this system is not sustainable. And to be honest, I don't see how I don't see a way out. I don't see how the US can find a way out. The only way out would be to budget everything, to pay off all the loans, all the debt, which is impossible because the whole system is based on debt. Now the only thing they're going to do is keep printing more and more and more money until we will reach an infinite supply. And as we know, you have to pay your debts one day. You just can't keep growing and growing and growing in debt. And people try to say, but look at Japan. Japan is not so bad. It's in a huge amount of debt, yet its economy hasn't collapsed. Look at Japan. Well, first of all, Japan has immense economic problems. And most people don't have spending power like they used to. If you go back 20 years, 25 years and compare Japan 25 years ago or 20 years ago until now, you will see a drastic change in spending power. The spending power is almost nothing nowadays in Japan. And second of all, Japan doesn't base everything in its society on debt, whereas America bases everything on debt. And this is why I don't see how America it's just going to collapse. The whole system will collapse. There will be way and way more poor people. There will be way, way more less educated people. It will be violence and crime is at an all-time high and will continue to increase until the system completely collapses.